Hey, the man in here. Greetings. The man in here. Boy, what happened to the man in here? What happened to the man in here? Me not really. Almost done 7 o'clock. Boy, me can't believe that. Upon me bed. But me want to really get a freak out past night. But me don't know what happened. Well, anyway, life goes on because me there. So we not worry about these things. As long as we there, we can follow up with mission. Seen? Don't do the time. We do the walks. Yeah. Morning, cocotti and bread are we there? Are we there, man? Are we always there? Are we half there? We can't stop away from there. Yes, Jed. That stuff alright. But I see me brethren yesterday. I mean, I go get a pipe. Yeah. Go build a pipe for him, man. I'm tired with them paper spliff there, man. You want pipe? Pipe. Remember me a grandpa, you know? You want pipe. Yeah. Big up on yourself, everyone. This is a great morning. Lovely morning, man. You see what I mean? Skies looking good. Little better. Clouds, you know. And then patch of light clouds and patch of blue-gray skies and boy, me. While they have a good morning, give thanks for life, you know. Give thanks for the joy that we could have rise up, no matter where hour we not deal with that, we rise. So we plan the journey of life. We step on once again on our journey on the road of life as we dwell and as we journey along. So where you are saying now? Babylon. Hey, Empress, you did the holy. Morning to the eye, you know, big up yourself. Yeah. So where you are saying now? Babylon, your hoodom is falling, tumbling down. Rahab, Ethiopia is calling. Europe and America, your hoodom are falling, tumbling down. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Say, give me back me land, me language and me culture. Yeah, hear me, boy. Give me back me land, me language and me culture. Cause I know Europe and America, your hoodom is falling. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. You hear me, man? Europe and America, your hoodom are falling, tumbling down. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Hey, give me back me lion, me zebra and me tiger. You hear me, boy? Give me back me lion, me zebra and me tiger. Cause I know, say, Babylon, your hoodom are falling, tumbling down. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Dirty Babylon, Yehuda are falling. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Say, take back your chink, your roach, and COVID fever. You hear me, man? Take back your chink, your roach, and COVID fever. I tell you, say, Europe and America, Yehuda are falling. Tumbling down, Great Britain, Ethiopia calling. Europe and America, Yehuda are falling. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Check out that one here. Send thy sons and daughters from afar off. All I and I that are called by Africa's name. Yeah. Send thy sons and daughters from afar off. All I and I that are called by Rastafari name. Yeah. Yehuda are falling, tumbling down Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Europe and America, Yehuda are falling, tumbling down Great Britain, Ethiopia calling. Yeah, man. Take back your chink, your roach, and COVID fever. Man, you hear me, man? Take back your chink, your roach, and COVID fever. Come and tell you, say, Babylon, Yehuda are falling. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Dirty Babylon, Yehuda are falling. Tumbling down Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Say, give me back me land, me language and me culture. You not hear me, man? Give me back me land, me language and me culture. Come here, tell you, Babylon, Yehuda are falling, tumbling down Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. A dirty Babylon, Yehuda are falling. Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Say, you send thy sons and daughters from afar off. All them that are called by African name. Yeah. Send thy sons and daughters from afar off. All I and I that are called by Rastafari name. I tell you, say, a dirty Babylon, man fire burn. Yehuda are falling, tumbling down Great Britain, Ethiopia calling. Europe and America, Yehuda are falling, tumbling down Great Britain, Ethiopia is calling. Trample them now. Trample them now. Rise up and trample the dragon. Get the dragon, for the dragon get you. Rise up and trample the dragon. Get the dragon, for the dragon get you. Got to let your minds be strong in this struggle. You're gonna live on long. Ignore this a struggle. Don't be no opportunist. It's a struggle. You're gonna find yourself a racist. We got to struggle. Struggle, struggle, struggle for our liberty. Yeah. Struggle, 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 cause we gonna be free. Yeah. Struggle, 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 struggle for your human right. Yeah. Struggle, 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 cause we not give up the fight. God, we gotta rise up and trample the dragon. Get the dragon, for the dragon, get we. Rise up and trample the dragon. Get the dragon, for the dragon. Big up, greetings, brother Pete. Big up, big up, big up. How we there, man? A joy how we like there. I'm going to study Babylon and can't make how we sorry. A journey, we a journey upon the road of life. Journey, we a journey, we burn out strife. A journey, we a journey upon the road of life. A journey, we a journey, and we burn out strife. Hey, I tell you. Let make it joyful. Let feel like our life worth living. We not study them. A journey, we a journey upon the road of life. We burn down Babylon, them a strife.
Yo!
Let me give that man hand upon my foot. That's why I walk out and do things fast. You know, anyway, that now, left that right by the way. Yeah. So, I and I a journey through the road of life. And I give thanks to the great spirits of our ancestors that I and I are here for times like these, which is the greatest times in our life. And we give thanks to be alive in this time where we are being put to the test to prove our what? To prove all that we defend, to prove to ourselves all that we hold fast to all of our years. What it is now, what is the result of it now, how conscious are we now, how strong are we in what we defend now. This is our day to answer ourselves these questions. This is our moment. This is our now. How strong are we in what we defend? And how conscious are we to hold on to what we defend in this journey of life, as we journey along the road of life? How confident are we in our own selves to achieve what we want? Can we achieve our goal? Yeah, man, can we achieve our goals? What is our input to be up to correct the ills that is going on against us? What is our input? What are we doing? Nisha, Mary, Nisha, Mary Branca. I'm my sister in that. Oh, hey! Nisha, big up. Alright, big up Nisha. Long time, you know, serious. Hey! You warrior daily man. Me soon come by when me done the program if you not going away. Anyway, but I'm not you're going, you would have to do with me. But you know it does go sometimes. We have been led because we have not been able to stand on our own feet. Nisha, I wonder if we got any feet at all. Nisha, I wonder if we have any feet at all. Is it our feet belong to somebody else or tell us when to stand and when to sit? Boy, this is a crazy world. But Nisha, still, big up yourself, you know. A long time I don't see you. Really and truly. I tell you that. Big up yourself. Boy, you got good people all over out. You know, I know you see somebody might be good people all over out. And now you see, I time will come now when all good people have to come together and do one thing. Hot fire. Big up yourself, Nisha. Yeah, we are journeying. You see, we Nisha said that because we find ourselves unable to stand up on our own 2 feet. So we look at that. Only because I'm afraid. And who are afraid of ourselves? This is refreshing. This is refreshing when we say the old talk on the radio stations. Yeah, I mean, come, we have to talk different. We can't be carrying the same old thing like with them they do. Them not nothing for telling people, you know. Because you why then allowing people to talk. Nisha, big up yourself, you know. Nisha, I know you're a woman with plenty work for doing, you know, and who I do plenty work too, you know. Me know not because I not see me, you're not working, me know you always a work. You know what I mean? And I'm there because some are visible and some are invisible. Some are in front of the scene and some are behind the scene and we are work. Because they think them get with that. I stand up in defense of ourselves, this is why. And no repetitive old talk will not make sense. Now go take our power there. So. Yeah. Someone told me yesterday, Friday supposed to defend us.
Shaka.
Eli, Manisha, Manisha, Nisha, me know you not believe them things. But Friday defending us. Hey, Nisha, Jen, people like you and me know what's going on. Hey, Nisha, big up yourself. Really glad to listen with you in the morning, I'm not telling you lie. And I asked why. When we decided to follow the ULP as the people say, so you make your bed, so shall you lie. So you make your bed, and so shall you lie. Well, I mean, that is the reality about the truth. And we can't contest that. We can't confuse that. Because it simply means that the decisions we make, we have to abide by. And our problem is, I figured all the ULP followers were the first to be vaccinated. So what is the issue? You figured all the ULP followers were the first to be vaccinated. I don't know. I can't comment on that because I still feel you got higher people in the ULP who don't have vaccine. So maybe that might be an issue. I don't know. Because with the amount of lies that they've been feeding to us, I can't listen or follow anything that they have to say. So you see. So whether or not they've been the first to be vaccinated, the issue is I don't want to be vaccinated. And I stand into that. You see, is is where we base our confidence. And if you love the PM and Julian and the ULP, why are they not vaccinated? Well, if you love the PM and Julian and the ULP, why are they not vaccinated? Me no know. Me no know. Me no know whether or not they're vaccinated. But when me know, it was them a liar. And when me know, me can't follow with them a say. And when me know, me can't depend on nothing with them a say. Because the both of them have proven themselves to be liars. Hey, big up on it. See, the both of them have proven them, the entire party, the ultimate lying party. So, what we have to do is not listen to the way of what they have to say, but make our own decision as how we go. Whether or not we want to be vaccinated or not should be our decision. You see? Good question. Very good question, Nisha. You see, these are the questions we need to come out. And these are the areas of discussion that we need to carry. The business is stopping person from and the from this like me know if that maybe that not complete coming into their business places. Well, I do show how much of that if it start to happen. I do show. But I know it will. It will. It will happen. I do show if it start. What I hear is that the bank and them must stop people from coming, they can collect their salary. That's what we hear. But I know that's not happening. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But I am putting it past it. Will, if it ain't start to happen yet, it will happen unless we do something to stop it. You see, it's true that they want the consumer dollar. But the thing is, when the government put pressure on them, when we have a consuming, when we have a people who only knows how to consume foreign food and who no longer think about producing their own food, our own food. You see, we will not be able to stand up against them, although they need our dollar to keep their business going. But if they have the food and we don't have any, then we can't stand up against them. Who control their food, control their life. So, in reality, it's not so much the issue of the dollar right now. It's the issue of whether or not you can sustain yourself independently from them. Listen, many companies send the salaries to your bank accounts and the money sent from who's shopping and who get it. Let me see. Listen, many companies send the salaries to your bank accounts and the money sending from who stopping you from getting it? Now, I don't know. Now, this woman said that she twice now, she approached the bank 2 months, in 2 months, and they tell her that she has to be vaccine compliant. In other words, she had to get her vaccine passport to go and get her money. I don't know how widespread that is. These days we don't be in town so much. Sending from overseas. Sorry. Really apologize for me overseas. Anyway, because a reason or a reason. I will not try to offend one another. You know what I mean? Yes. Now, but what I know that financial institution need to be named. Yeah, but that I hearsay. Because remember me I tell you somebody tell me that I hearsay. So me can't, because you see, that I hearsay that me can't clarify that to be a statement of fact. So I can't say the name of the financial institution. Because these are dangerous times we live in. And we have to be mindful of how we are dwell with things and how we are talk about people and talk about things. We only could be make definite statement on things that we got proof. I don't really have no proof of what goes on in the bank. I don't even have a bank account. I do go in a bank. See? Yes. Yes. It needs to be investigated. It is there. Now, here we are. All of us now have to play our role. Now, when we highlight ills in this society, there are people who we are paying. But they sit on their areas and they do investigate anything. Right? So now, we now are left to find some kind of way to get across our song or to some kind of thing, because there is no one to help us out in this area of investigating to prove that what we are saying is true. And then many a times, many of us who run into these difficulties might not know the way of going about it. So now, if we expose it, if we publish it, it means then we're looking for help. But then the people and them who we pay to help us, to assist us in these areas, the MIA. So that this is why you would find more accusations flying around the place. And then just here, there, say. Because, for example, look at yesterday. Nature an elected member of the parliament, the defender of South Leeward. He talking yesterday, and he talking about a school and a head teacher, and he not call no name, which he as the rep supposed to be packed with information when he again come forward to make the public. You see. So now, we highlight the ills, and in many cases are the best we could do, until it fall upon some kind of hearing is. So, that's why now, I and I have always confident I and myself to talk out up. Once we not slander and tell life and nobody talk out every time. Because we can get tired of highlighting the issues. That is what they want. But some issues have to be highlighted over and over and over and over until one of these days. You know what I mean? Because we can't give up hitting. We have to keep on hitting and hitting and hitting. We can't stop. Because we have started, so we can't stop. And this is how we are going to push ourselves through on the road of life. Because really and truly, we have already come to the reality that there is no one else out there to help us but ourselves. So that's what we have to do. Get up, stand up, and help ourselves. Because we're not going to get help from no one else. So, like me always say, we have depended upon these people who we have put our trust and confidence in. And we have seen that they have failed us. And it is our choice and our decisions as to how long we will continue to be failed by the people we think we trust. Our situation right now is not in the hands of any government or political party. Our situation right now is in our hands. So we know how to play the game the way we want it done. Because in reality, you know, we don't win the game. You see, we don't win the game. But it's whether or not we know we don't win the game. That is what is important here. Because we are the people. And we are in the majority. And they tell us that the system we live in is majority rule. Well, once we are in the majority, it win the game. So why are we not taking up the ruling? That's what we have to do. You see, put them to the test. They say we are the majority. They say the majority is government. So the majority just has to stand up and take government. Because it is true that the majority of us in this land here right now is against the government. Even though plenty of them who take the vaccine, still against the government. This is a reality. The majority of people right now want to see the government move. So that is the power that we have. So the majority of people have to come together and move the government. Simple. Once upon a time it used to be us. They have created them and us. So we get rid of them and we live with us. Sometimes I mightn't do good at framing when I say. Because me not too good with language. But me think me have an idea. Me think me have an idea. Right? And me think me have an idea as to what we can do as a people to straighten ourselves out. Because where me a come from the knowledge of our people, that me know our people are capable of achieving anything that we will. You see? So, me I come from the idea that everything that is happening to us is what we allow. And if we stand up and put ourselves in place, in the right places where we are supposed to be, which is in our minds, being able to control our thoughts, being able to confident ourselves that we can make decisions and get positive results from them. You see, this is where we are strong. But maybe because we were conditioned to think of someone else doing it for us, we have surrendered our strength and our will. You see, that's how me does really see things. So, me still confident that my people will come to the task, will come to terms with what is going on. I still confident of that. I not give up by my people. I know that my people will come good. But I know it's a whole bag of mental hurdles.
Man, come in for door. Come in here.
Man, stop here. Why
Well, that till later, man.
Why you just behave so, John? Why you just behave so? Just go settle things simple and do ya, do go ya, do. You have to argue over that, man. Why you just have to behave so? Man, that's what you always do. Just go and settle things and anything done. Nobody now have to hear what's going on between you two, are you? Bomba plan. Yeah. hey, know that our life there. So you see, we just have next time. And try to set up a whole heap of distraction in our way, but we have to go through. Can't be distracted. You see, when certain time come, we just have to increase the joy in our mind and let love flow and we handle things very easily. Don't get traffic. Don't get traffic the road. Now we stop on the road. Yeah. So now, I have a reason for say now. we come in gradually to the reality that our life belongs to us. We come in gradually, and we just have to confident ourselves and continue to come, because we are the majority. And if they say the majority rule, then it means we rule. Right? So now, the more we confident ourselves that we rule, is the more we will come together to take control of our liberty. It is left to us in that way and in every way. Right? Because we only reap the fruit of the seed that we sow. Yeah. So here we are now as a people, as what they just use the term, the ball is in our court, and we must play the game. And what we are seeing is they are not stopping. They come in with all the force against us. They are coming to destroy us with everything that they have. And we have to push back with everything that we have. And the only thing that we have is our unity. We do not have anything else up against them. Well, yeah, that is so. But you see, I'm going to tell you this. You see that maga dog in your yard, so? You always beat them up, and they can bite you. And that's what happen with all of them right now who think that our people will always be part of a bad marriage. See, if people are called for divorce out of the marriage, they right now. Because the people are rise up to see them not take no more blows from the marriage they right now. You see. Now, maybe at some times, you know, we just underestimate ourselves. Maybe at some times. Because maybe at some times we not see results fast enough. Maybe. We don't really know. Right? But inside all of that, every first one of us have our role to play. Hot fireman and burn off the Pope, which we have to do to the best of our ability. Because you see, there is a very thin line. Now, we have an invisible evil that is set here, that is always encouraging us to speak negative of ourselves and to speak in a helpless way as though everything crash and nothing can come again. You see, that level of mindset is our greatest enemy, because if we look, we hardly ever compliment one another. You know, the most statements that we just make about one another are negative. You see. Now, all of us are on the same boat. Some of us may be more enlightened than some of us, but there's a reason for everything. Because all of us are not the same, but we do the same. You see. So inside of this now, we have to try to encourage our people on the way forward as much as we could. And the blaming thing is something that we have to get out of our mind, knowing that it is only keeping us down. We have to be positive in our output and to know that we are here to encourage our people to think positive and not excuse ourselves to say, well, that a way people want, a way them a get. And now, because them blah, blah, blah. You see, there is something inside of this that we must always remember. No one bad for themselves. And no one dead. And everyone will do what them think is best for them. And we make the judgment and say it best or it worse. But inside of them, what is going on inside of them? And why do they make the decisions that they make? You see, this thing is deep, you know. So then now, we have a reason. Instead of blame, we have a reason. The first one we have to stop blaming we. And so we have a reason, because in the multitude, in the multitude of the council, there's great wise mind. Some kind of thing like that. When we talk together with one another, we come up with the right ideas. Cocotti and bread coming to you from live from the studios I've got up in America, in Hope America. But we do me the man in advertisement. Boy, I must hear me born late, you know. See, when you're late, everything late. Born late. Wake up late. Yeah, give thanks to life, man. Because see, you know, none to worry about in life but worries. So once we get rid of worries, we have none to worry about. Because life is not really worries. Death are worries. And then that life, worries and death, them are extra burden we have put on for ourselves for way we done with life. You see. And so now, okay. You see, now, it inside of us, what do we think about? And is it just about us? Is it just about feeling bad about other people who can't see the way we are see? No. You see, in my youthful time, me read a whole bag of things, you know. Mom used to just read everything. Right. Now, me read about a story where the king want to find the most suitable man in the kingdom to replace him. Now, in his mind, he want the kindest man in his entire kingdom to replace him. So, he decided he have to walk with the youths. Cocotti and bread. So he put on an Olympic competition that the fastest youth will replace him. Well, while the competition going on, when it started, the fastest youth in the group shot up front and he started a journey. And when he reach a certain way upon the journey, he meet an old man in the road, helpless. He run past the old man, thinking about his mission. Few steps, he stop, thinking about the old man. He come forward. And in trying to assist the old man, all of the racers race past him. He reached into the kingdom last. when he get into the kingdom, when the king is not about to award the winner, this youth was shocked to realize that that was the same old man he helped in the road. The king said, you see, you won the race because you have sympathy on the helpless. You would have been here first because of the distance that you had in front of you. But still, you sacrificed that to help the helpless. So you will lead my people because you have compassion. You see, come across another story with this youth. Anyway, same kind of thing like a king. But this youth, he poor, and he don't have nothing. The king tell everybody bring some cultural thing where you make bring some gift for him. He don't have nothing. Here he have a piece of bread in the bag. This man going miles, you know. And he have a suit we mommy make for him to put on to go before the king. But when he tried the road, he meet a naked and a hungry man. He give man a piece of bread and take out his suit and give man to cover up. I reach in front of the king and he hold up the clothes. You see, and I say him story again because of your compassion. You see, so now all that teach me that is not what I see out there, and and not what I judge about people without knowing anything about them, is what they are. Because everything out there is for a reason. Nothing is in a vacuum. So now, me learn that my role out there, I have to try to assist my people and remind them in whichever way I could, not to really blame them for the condition where they're in. Because this is my view. If they may really know better, they would not suffer. I don't think nobody really will suffer. So then there is something else there. Like old people say, something in the matter besides the pestle. Car. The pestle now really, no one never just sit down and pong a pestle so if not in the matter. See? So now, there is always something for everything. And there's a reason for every season. That's how me just think about it. Because free among the years me attack. I mean, me supposed to stop talk. Because nobody not hear what I say. But how me know that? For example, look up at me there now. Me they shut off from all who listen to me. Me don't know who listen. So me can't really tell myself that nobody not pay attention to what me I say. Because the truth about the matter is, me not come here, can't tell no one what to do. And that no one must listen to what me I say, or do what me say. Me not come here for that. Me come here now to remind us that we lapsing, because we can do better than what we're doing. Because you see, now, me know certain little stories from my ancestors where Rome take and twist in their favor and write in their Bible. Like being your brother's keeper. That our village thing. That we always must look out for one another. That come out of the village Africa, you know. And that they used to go on in an area village when I be youthful. I always look out for another. Even sometimes it used to be violent in such a way that you used to have village wars. when me not grow up, see enough of them thing there. Because if one man hit another man from a village, and a man from a village over there, say a man from Camden Park, hit a man from Kittels, or vice versa, then you will find out that if that Camden Park man in a Kittels, when he hit the Kittels man I go beat you off. And down at Camden Park the same thing. And then that might even cause a village war where you can't grow another village and that can't grow another village because everyone defend their own. That's one common thing in us. You see? But someone make us to believe that we are independent of one another. Hot coals. Which is a lie. So then the best thing we can do for one another in this time is to criticize one another, but that will not get us to where we want to go. Now, Emperor Haile Selassie put them this way, until bigotry, egoism, prejudice, maliciousness, and inhuman self-interest has been replaced by tolerance, understanding, and goodwill. We'll always be warring among ourselves. Because I see the truth about the thing is, there is a reason why everybody behave the way they behave. And then we have to overstand that. You see? And we have to have goodwill for that. Be respecting everyone for who they are. And if we think in our minds that some correction must be made to the life of that person, which I don't know how that goes, but anyway, if we think so, our approach towards that brother, sister, must not be a one in like telling you, must be more like, in my view, asking a question. Brethren, sistering, our going with the idea right now. May I see say, that we're going to cast that, whichever way our level of communication is according to who we're talking with. Because we're skillful upon that. We know how to address the level of communication. These are some of the things we be good pan we don't pay much attention to. Yes. We journey upon the road of life. And the road of life is, like in my interpretation, a jigsaw puzzle, which the journey can never be completed until every piece of the puzzle has been put in place. So what is our role in finding these parts of the puzzle that have strayed in order to return them to the puzzle? So it's no longer a puzzle. It is a reality now because all of the parts are in one. And we can see what it is. See? Now, okay. We start off to build this puzzle. We don't know what it will come out to be. But we're confident that it will come out to be something for us as long as we can put the parts together. And when we do that now, we recognize what it is and we recognize how we must work with it. Each of us is a part of this big puzzle. Many of us are strayed. See? Because we suffer from a thing where I man does call mental deficiency. In other words, we are unable to think for ourselves the way we should. And then that is a bad state to be in. So, in my view, we address the thing from the root. We have to try address the thing from the mindset of the people. Because, you see, I learned that the first step to teach is to reach. Because you have to get the people attention for them to listen to you. And many a time when we cuss them, they run away. Cuss our way back to and run away. But if me confident in myself that we are do wrong, and me intend to tell you, and me tell you and you cuss me off, My first thought of mine, I'm interfering so I can respond. My second thought of mine is my approach was wrong. My third thought of mine is me have to find the right approach. Because you cannot be unapproachable. Impossible. So me tell you, say, hey, your response negative. And I tell you, ooh, see your response negative. Yeah, come again. Because me intend to show you, by you convincing yourself that your life is negative, me now want to convince you. You have to convince yourself. Because me could teach you, but me can't learn you. See that big thing here? How only you could learn yourself. Me can't learn you. Right? But then, me could show you, say, your thing now go to well. And even though you cuss me off, me not watch that because from the time me know me tell you the truth, me know when you go in your bed it go sink in your head. So me not worry about that. Me give thanks to that. Because the mere fact that you respond to me whether negative is that you pay attention in some form to what we gonna say. And the result of what me gonna say in your head could only be you agree or you disagree. It can be two at one time. And then if you disagree with what I say, and then you decide to set that in your mind to come out with something, then you think for yourself. Because you can't just disagree with me I say or agree with me I say. Full stop. You have to know why you disagree. You have to know why you agree. And when we do them things, now we on the road of life. You see? Because we have to be able to form up ourselves as leaders if we are leaders. That's why I just call myself a reminder. Because we know it's difficult to lead and difficult to teach a people who do not want to be led or to be taught. So then now, we come to the conclusion that the people have to teach themselves and have to lead themselves. And the only thing we can do is remind us that we have the power to do that. You see? Because when we know, we are rebellious. Very, very rebellious. All are we stop so. And especially, somebody just had to feed a negative bandwagon to us. And all that we gone walking by we head. Yeah, that's how we stop. So now, this is how I know I say to myself, the approach, I'm an approach to our people, must never be put over as a leader or a teacher. Because, you see, my problem with being a teacher is that you cannot teach anyone anything that they know already. You have to teach what people don't know. And I do know nothing that my people don't know. So that's my problem with teaching. That is why very early, I recognize my role as a reminder. Not a leader, not a teacher. Because I don't want anyone to follow me. Because sometimes I name to show up and I go. So I don't want no one to follow me. I want to encourage everyone to follow themselves and be confident that them can make the right decision. I don't want to make no decision for no one. I don't want to tell no one what to do. That out of my league. I don't know how to handle that. See? I only want to remind us that we are better than what we are doing now. We see it. So now, I don't really get put off by the weariness of my people and the dotishness what them a do. Because in my mind, not them a do it, man. Not really them a do it. Are the invisible plague that plague the minds of our people are out there. And if I and I people can differentiate between us and the plague, and know the plague is not part of us, then we can straighten ourselves. Now, I do have a roadmap, I do have a blueprint as to how to achieve anything. So all I can do is remind our people that the roadmap and the blueprint is inside us already and we have to use it. And once we use it, we will achieve our goal. If we come out to build the house, we will build it. I come off of the concept that everything we see, visible, was first invisible. And because of that, there is no invisible thought that on our mind that we cannot manifest visible. Everything we think we can manifest. But then, is how much we confident ourselves into this while thinking of ourselves. You see? So now, we have to continue to be our brothers/sisters keeper. We can't condemn our people because we see them are go down wrong. Because you have to always remember, are we who are see them are go down wrong, you know. But in their mind, is it wrong to them? And that is what is the most important. That is what it is not what we think about them, is what they're thinking about themselves. And so we have to try to get across to them in the right way and try to ask them politely and gently what is it that they are thinking about themselves and how do they see their lives and going forward. You see, that is how me think many of us could play our role. I mean, that's my view. That not whole nothing. That not mean nothing. Because everyone have their own view. But that's my view. Because we have to be aware that we are still being controlled by the bitterness of slavery. We have to be aware that our mind is still bitter. And that we have to be aware that is the major reason why we respond to one another the way we do. It's the bitterness that is within us. And maybe we create the habitat for that bitterness by thinking that people should do what we want them to do. The only people that we could make do what we want them to do is us. We can't make no one else do what we want them to do. We have to do what we want to do because it's us who could do that. You see? And now hear me just say it, right? Now because my brother burn off all of his spliff yesterday in front of me and not give me none. Me in today when me got a spliff, he mustn't give none. Not so me see it. He burn off him spliff and not give me none. That left to him. That his business. That how he see he must burn his spliff. Me not argue that. Today me have my spliff. This is my spliff. And me decide, me not sit down and burn me spliff and watch me brother and I burn me pass it to him. You see, another brother might be there and say, well, boy man burn off his spliff yesterday and I give you none and you give him for you today. Yes, because that was yesterday. And that spliff he burn off yesterday, that done gone. He need more help today and me got up. So me share with him. And so me see life. I mean, me not know. Me not have to be right. Right? But then I just, me not blame myself for mistake and me don't make mistake. Me consider them to be stepping stones in life. Steps as me journey. Because we might consider to be a mistake and just something we overlook, and if we just put it as a mistake, we might write it up. So we look at it as a learning step and look into it and see what was it that I didn't do right. So I could put it, so when I step again, I got 3 steps up. You see? So, we must never, never, ever allow the bad experiences of yesterday to dampen our today. That is backward. So, here the other one here, so now. I'm here, John. A rich man had a problem. So he went to the Buddha. Now, the answer that the Buddha gave him was not satisfactory to him. He looking upon his wealth and asking the Buddha who the Buddha think he is, and what kind of stupid answer he give him, and cuss off the Buddha. That night in bed, when he come to himself, he asked himself, what was it that I did? I mean, the man I went to ask the man a question, the man answered me, and I cussing off the man because I do agree with the answer the man give me. The whole night, he couldn't sleep. He rise up early in the morning, gone and find the Buddha, bow before the Buddha, and ask the Buddha to forgive him. The Buddha asked him for what? He said, for cursing you yesterday, I come to ask you to forgive me. Buddha said to him, the Buddha said to him, that was not you yesterday, but this is you today. And today you have done me no wrong, so I have no need to excuse you. You see, man, to forgive you, rather, than the word. I have no need to forgive you. Because that was not you yesterday, but this is you today. And today you have not offended me, so I have no need to forgive you. You see? But we know we go the opposite to that. We say, well, look, you baba me yesterday, me a bram you today. You see? Because we are afraid to face today. We are afraid to face the now. So we look for an excuse in the past, which is dead and gone. Because if we should ever resurrect anything from the past, it must be something to develop the now. You know? Okay. Okay. You want to look back on something from the past, you say, well, like, that cup there was good to me yesterday. I could be better to him today. Because that we do for me yesterday, I could be better for him today. So if it's something that we're going to use to develop the now, yeah, but no bad experiences from the past must be brought into the now. We have to be always clean, free from negative premeditations. Left them when they're dead. Let bygones be bygones. Let the past remain in the past. But because of our weakness and fear of the now, we always refer back to the negatives of the past. And then so therefore our minds become clouded. And so the sun can't shine through. Well, it's life, and it's the life we live, and the life goes on as we journey. So may I say, procrastination is the thief of time. Our people think on these things. Let us seize upon areas of agreement and act now. Men and people of desperate origin come together for a common cause. The ultimate resource of any nation is its people. And unless this resource is harnessed for the benefit of the nation, then the people will languish poor in spirit and cannot make any contribution. Because no man, no one who is hand to mouth could think of development. So therefore, everyone must be guaranteed at least a minimum salary. Yeah. As we journey along the road of life, everyone has a say. Even the ones we think we could condemn, who we call vagrants, they have a say. Because when it comes to that, we are not different to the brother who is eating from the garbage pan or the sister. Because why? We walk on the same street. We smell the same stench from the garbage. The flies from the garbage land on us while we walk in the street. So we eat the garbage also. We are not different to the brother. Let us not exalt ourselves above him because of the position that we think we are in. The mere fact that we walking on the same street, we breathe in the same air, we are in the same position. None of us is greater than none. None of us is better than none. As we journey on the road to life, the role of all of us is to be one another's keeper. And that is how we develop as a nation, as a people, with a one image, one vibe, one aim, one God, one destiny. Yeah. So we are journeying. Now, while we are journeying, we are remember our support to be here. Because we are keeping our mind the importance of Bihil as our media. As the media that could bring a conversation with a difference. A conversation where you not hear the same thing over and over all the time. And even though you hear things speak over, it is spoken in a different context to bring out another side of the light, another angle of the light. So, it's just always hopeful. It is just always nation building. That is what Bihil is trying to put forward to us. And we must play our role in making sure it achieves its goal. You see, we must support Bihil to keep it vibrant, to keep it valid, to keep it in tune with the now, and to expose the evils that goes on in our society from a ghetto point of view, from a ghetto perspective, from the root to the top of the tree. Now, it is no mystery that Bihil create me, brethren. It is no mystery that Bihil create media history. And cause it what it will, all other media have to stand still in a line behind Bihil. Bihil lead the way night and day in every way. And no matter what they do, and no matter what they say, Bihil will never go away. So, our role we must play. Yeah, very important. So, any little contribution that we can make towards Bihil is what we have to make. A little money something. Brethren and sister know the art of foreign this up. Any little gadget that you might know that is important to the development of radio. Anything positive towards the development. Anything you have to anything you have to advertise, any little thing, anything. A marriage, a funeral, a celebration of whatever. Whatever. Just contact Bill, and you know you are professional service. Bill shoot the cleanest and best videos anyway in the land. Everybody know that. Nobody can dispute that. The cleanest audio come through from Bill. Well balanced. All who listen, Bill, know that. And a quality we are dwell with. Bill a quality media. So we have to support that. Make sure it remain, not just remain where it is now, but to rise to take on the now. Because the now is not stagnant. It's every day we rise. It's the now. And so we must continue to rise with the now, to take on the now. We cannot escape the now. And Behel is the media for the now, that defends the now. As we grow into what we are supposed to become. See? So let us bring up ourselves, confident in ourselves, that I will make sure Behel not go nowhere. Night and day. To Rastafari I pray. Behel wanna be loved. Not for you think Behel is, but what for Behel come out with. Behel and you be loved. Hey, Budre Bantan my sumi. Yes. So as we journey on the road of life, let we try to do something upful for a little one today. Even one little one today. Even one little word of advice. You got a biscuit. You see how you out there hungry? Break it and give him peace, no worry. You're shocked to see when you go on the corner, you get a whole bread. Yeah, man. See what I say? As we journey in the life, and we try to be our brothers, sisters, keeper. Assist one another while we journey. And work it out. Now we stop blame one another. Because all are we guilty in reality. Some of us by our actions and some of us by our inaction. All of us are guilty. Because regardless to what we want to think, from the eyes of the onlooker doesn't know who voted for ULP and who did not. The onlooker know that the nation voted for ULP because ULP is the government. So it's all of us who have ULP in governance. Those who vote for, those of us with our action, and those of us with our inaction. Non-action. Them are we who sit up, those of us who sit on our weary ass and do nothing but complain. So all of us are guilty and all of us are in the same boat. And it's time now that all of us must recognize that it's all of us who have to take ourselves from where we are. There's no longer NDP and ULP in this. It is us. And the decisions that we make is what it is. So keep the joy. Make sure we are always happy inside. Don't make them make us sad. Because it's when we keep the joy, we could make joy decision. Big up on ourselves, stay self-confident, and know it's only us can do it for us.